Hi everyone, Jeanette Barrow here. I'm a medium and a channeler. Welcome to your Galactic Thursday message, where we tune into the stars and the cosmos and see what the guides have to share from there. So as always on Thursdays now, I don't use cards or anything like that. I just tune into my galactic guides through mediumship and see what they have to share. So I'm just gonna take a few moments, tune in. The energy was so strong after Wednesday's session, the guides showed up right away and they're like, can you just bring this through? So that's why it's just carrying on for me. So I'm going to tune in. Okay, hold on one sec. Okay, so this is coming from one of my guides. He's an Arcturian and beautiful, beautiful soul. My goodness, just a beautiful, wise soul. Almost kind of feels kind of fatherly-esque. Not my father, obviously, but just that kind of a familial type energy. Anyways, he's coming through and he's saying, like we had mentioned before, fair. So when he talks to me, he uses telepathy, but also imagery. So he's saying, like we'd mentioned before, we are really paying attention and boots on the ground type energy to step in when needed at a moment's notice to prevent any significant mishaps in terms of nuclear type things. And I did talk about this on the podcast as well. And he's saying in many different ways, the Galactic Federation has been stepping forward, making themselves known to essentially expose their presence at this time. And so he's saying, again, please feel assured in our presence that we are here helping to move humanity forward. And then the second thing that he's showing me the reason. He says, frequentially on our planet, we've actually popped into the interstellar frequency, meaning our capacity as a collective right now on the planet, our technologies and all of that is actually hovering within that interstellar level, meaning we have greater capacities to be off planet, to move off planet, to even connect into different portals and things like that than is known. And even the psionic or psychic potential of the general population has increased significantly as well, making more people having the capacity to interact with the higher realms, with those in the galaxy, and of course those in spirit as well. And what that's doing is that's raised the collective frequency to be bridging the gap of that interstellar capacity. The thing is in order to be able to move through the galaxies and jump portals and all of this physically requires an ability to, he's like, it requires a deep respect for different races, different beings, different constructs, and different realities. And so there's a lid being kept on it a little bit. However, the frequency of the collective has arrived there. So he says, this is both a really good and also an unnerving time at the same time, because if you put capacities in the hands of those that will abuse it, then there's problems. He says, but the fact that humanity as a whole is reaching this collective capacity, he said, is a very beneficial thing and a really positive sign of growth and ascension. So he's saying it's something that they're watching a lot right now, but it's also resulting in a faster pace of disclosure, essentially. So more sightings of ships will be coming in, more people having communications with ETs in some form of telepathic way, whether that be dream state, whether that be in meditation. There's many different ways, channeling. And he said, so what we're going to see is a rapid increase in these experiences, and that's really going to be something that leads into 2025 as well, which is interesting, something I'm going to talk about in Cosmic Consciousness next Wednesday. So I'm just asking him, what is it that we can do about it right now? And he's like, anchor your energy in the higher frequencies, not in the fear narratives, because what that does is that kind of pulls a lot of the other parts of the population that maybe are reaching that frequency. It'll also pull their conscious awareness into that. Kind of essentially, it'll help to open their minds more to the bigger picture rather than just sort of like a narrow-minded picture. And he's saying that what's interesting is we as a collective of humanity have reached this capacity faster than they assumed, but that's not a negative thing. It's actually a really positive thing. It's just faster. And he says a lot of the polarity and duality that we're seeing on the planet is, in a sense, although challenging, helping to propel people into expanding beyond what they were comfortable with. It's causing a disturbance enough that people are starting to break open and think differently, think outside the box of whatever their reality was, whether it was religious-based or political-based or societal-based or, you know, whatever it was. He's like talking about these rudimentary fundamentals is what he's saying. So he's saying it's actually a positive thing. So he's like, to bring it back to what I was saying in the first place, or what he was saying in the first place, is we will continue to see a greater influx of lights in the sky, communications and such, because we are stepping quickly into that level of reality. And it is to be supported in the energy of the light versus in negativity and ego and pride and all that kind of stuff, right? Corporate stuff. It's wanting to bring it into those higher realms that allow humanity to become a part of the galactic community. So we've made a bit of a jump, a bit of a leap. He also says it ties into the timeline jump that we had recently. I don't know if any of you felt it. Last week, there was a flip in timelines once again. Sometimes this happens and we don't even notice. This one for me was really significant. A couple other people had mentioned it to me as well. If you found any just like changes in your reality where, you know, either conversations happened that you swear didn't, or, you know, you can't remember how you moved from this position to that position or things like that, it's kind of all connected into that. That's part of when we did this kind of bigger, faster leap. So again, things are happening really fast, but in a positive way, but anchor yourself, anchor your energy in that higher light, and it helps move the whole collective forward. So very interesting. All right, well, I will leave that with all of you for now. Thank you as always for joining me. I hope this message helped to explain some things and bring some peace and, you know, curiosity into your life. And yeah, if you want to check out more about what's coming up for 2025, definitely join me for Cosmic Consciousness on next Wednesday night. You can sign up at avalonspirit.com. And I will see you all tomorrow. So have a beautiful rest of your day.